What's up YouTube? Today I want to show you how to make Serum sound more analog. So I know it's a bold claim, but I want to describe what a lot of people usually associate the sound of analog with. So in this video, I'm going to focus more on polyphonic stuff like chords or, sequences with multiple voices. But if you do like the video, please let me know in the comments, and perhaps I'll do a follow-up specifically for monophonic stuff like basses and that kind of thing, how to make those kinds of things sound more analog. So anyway, one of the greatest new additions in Serum 2 is over here, this voice control section in the global panel. So this opens up parameters which are quite similar to Diva in that it allows us to control very specific detune, pan, and all sorts of other parameters per voice in a chord. So if you didn't know, the thing that we often associate analog synths with, or something sounding more analog or, perhaps more alive or less sterile, is the fact that in an analog synth, each voice is its own circuit. So if we think about, for example, an 8-voice analog synthesizer, each voice would have 1 out of 8 circuits. And then when a MIDI note is played, a little computer basically determines which of those circuits it sends the signal to. Obviously, because electronics, resistors and capacitors all have very minute differing values, these things tend to add up, and the tunings on each of these circuit boards tends to be slightly off, and that's what makes something sound perhaps less sterile or more alive. Obviously, you often tune up your synthesizer, you'll get each voice tuned up, but it'll never be exactly bang on in tune, unless of course there's some kind of digital system controlling the oscillators. But that's getting very complex. Today I want to focus in on how we can use this system in Serum 2 to emulate that behavior, slightly differing values per voice. So like I was saying, this is really interesting for chords, because you can kind of make a perhaps sterile chord sound very alive. So I guess one example is, maybe it's a bad example for more music theory purists and that kind of thing, but dead mouse chords. They're often quite simple chords, but the sound itself often sounds very alive. It's probably because he's using analog synths and that kind of thing, but I believe it's a really nice way of being able to make your very simple chords sound quite complex and dead mousey, for example. But not just that. It's also a nice way, say for example, if you have a very clean track, having a main lead or a main chord line that's kind of slightly off will really give it character and help it stand out in a clean mix. Okay, enough blabbering. Let's get to the point. So this doesn't work with unison. So I'm not going to assign unison stuff. You can actually set up complex unisons here in this settings panel. The global works on a MIDI basis. So every time a MIDI note is received, it assigns one of these 8 digital voices. And then we can go in here and for each one assign a slightly different detune, pan, filter cutoff, envelope time, and then a couple of other parameters that we can set up. So for example, we could set the mod to something like one of the warp modes. How we would do that is right click here, mod source, note, voice mod 1 and voice mod 2. So that's how you access those complex voice modulators inside Serum. So how we could do this now is, let's just set up something simple. Let's just set up a really fine detune difference on each of these voices. So I often won't go anywhere above 3 cents unless you really want it to sound detuned. But as a quick example, let me show you what this sounds like. Let's just put a bit of filter on here. You hear that? It kind of sounds slightly off, so we can quickly turn it off here. You can assign which of the oscillators inside Serum is using the voice control system, so the sub, oscillator A, B, C, etc. So if we just click A off, now we get the perfect tuning. It's so subtle, perhaps we can turn it up a little bit more. However, we have these random settings over here. So these are linked to these in that each time a note is triggered, it will slightly offset them. This won't sound as close to something like an analog synth, because with that, like I was explaining, the circuit boards are tuned and have their differences. They don't variate as much each note, but between the different voices, they have their variations, right? So this is just a kind of quick and dirty way of making it sound more pronounced. We can also assign a different cutoff to each of the voices. What I like to do is assign different envelopes to each one, because then you can kind of really hear that pluck difference, and it really makes the sound rich and alive. And we can actually scale the overall envelopes here. Or randomize it here. So we also have random cutoffs, random envelopes, and random pan here. Let's try slow the sequence down. It'll sound a lot better, I think. Okay, so what I like to do is also assign a little bit of vibrato to each of the oscillators in the voice. So here, let's assign this LFO to fine tuning. Set it to Hertz. Cool. And then here, what we can do is we can assign the rate to mod 1. And let's go to the matrix, set this to bipolar. And then the amount here, we want to set in the aux source, LFO1 to A fine. Let's set this to voice mod 2. And now we can differ them here ever so slightly. Okay, so if we turn this off, like the harmonies of the sounds always kind of lock in very perfectly. That can be what you want, but sometimes you want that kind of like cinematic movement or liveliness, right? Okay, another cool trick is we can add some effects, a little bit of saturation here. Let's go to soft clip, and we add a little bit of noise over here, turn the level down. If we're going to add noise, we want to go here into global and set this off, because we don't want to do all that funky voice stuff to the noise, right? We just want a kind of static noise. I like to send this to the filter, so we almost don't hear it. It's kind of just affecting the sound of the filter. Okay, let's add some effects here. Delay, reverb. I want this velocity on the sustain of the both envelopes. I think maybe this filter opens up a bit much. There we go. The cool thing here is you can actually see which voice it's assigning it to as you're playing them. You see the little white readout there. So say for example, if we have a chord that is 6 notes, we can simulate that same repetitive behavior for each of the chords by just setting this to maximum 6. I kind of like the offbeat variations, right? They're kind of like very analogish style. So I kind of just set it to the full amount and let it do its thing, right? But if you want to be more particular, you can. Okay, so like I said, this is not just good for pads and that kind of thing. It's also really good for sequences, because let's say, for example, if we have like a pluck or something like that sequenced, then each note is going to sound quite different if you have a slightly different envelope or a slightly different detune or something like that. And so we can take advantage of this. Let's adjust these envelopes in this patch real quick to something that's more of a pluck. Cool. Okay, here I've got a MIDI sequence. How sick is that? There's no modulation or anything in the patch yet. This is all that movement and stuff that you're hearing is from this voice control section. It's like the slightly different cutoffs and detunes and that kind of thing. All the movement is happening here. Obviously there's the slight vibrato and that kind of thing, but you hear there's those differences in the cutoffs. That's all happening here. So good. We even have presets that we can save and recall here. So for example, there's presets of classic stuff like 8-voice pan or, based on classic synth voice setups. How cool is that, eh? Wow. Such a big difference. It's subtle, but it really makes it sound alive. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's about it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like the sounds, I'm going to be uploading these exact presets to my Patreon for all my $5 supporters, where you can find a ton of other presets and all sorts of perks. And yeah, I've also got a bunch of Serum and Vital and Phase Plant preset packs that you can check out on my store. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.